guys see that smoke over there? That's one of our neighbors that we know really well. And it's right next to one of our cornfields that isn't harvested yet. Well, I wasn't planning on filming today, but we got a field fire right next to one of our farms. So we had the disc hooked up. I was close to home, ran home, and I'm headed there now. I'm gonna go over there, see if I can help out. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what I'm gonna get into, but we'll see when we get there. Man, I wish this tractor would go faster. 21.8, that's it. Wait a minute. I don't have the engine running wide open. That's better. 24.5, 25.3. That's a little better. That's not good. There is a railroad, an old railroad bed in between our field and theirs, so hopefully they can keep it contained. At least I assume that's where it's at. Still not close enough to see exactly where it is. Well, I can't really see what's going on. There's one disc here already, a bunch of fire trucks. Told me to disc this border here. There's a ditch in between where the fire's at and where I'm at. Get this thing unfolded here. Looks like they got it relatively under control. Thankfully it was standing corn stalks. It wasn't an actual cornfield that hadn't been harvested. It didn't jump the railroad into our field, and I can see Brett's combine over there, so his combine's not on fire. But yeah, that was a close one. That could have been bad. It is really dry. If you guys are out there and you got an old disc sitting in a fence row somewhere, just get it hooked up to something, get it on standby, because a disc is the best way to put out a field fire right now when it's this dry. Jumped over here to the other field. I'm following Brett and his disc. Looks like we got a pretty good fire line built up here. It's kind of burning itself out, so looks like the fire department's going around putting out hot spots, but yeah, we got it under control. Man, I'm getting my tractor all muddy. It was nice and clean before this. Well, that was exciting. Thankfully nobody got hurt. Nobody's crops were lost, nobody's equipment were lost. It just burnt some standing corn stalks. I'm gonna leave this parked in the field. I think we might start moving it to whatever field we're working in, because there's been at least 3 field fires that I know of today. And there's been more field fires this year than I've ever remembered seeing. I mean, normally there's 1 or 2 per year, but I bet there's been 10 this year so far. It's just so dry. We're in desperate need of a rain. So we're gonna start bringing that disc around with us just in case. We don't wanna lose anything. Just a reminder, if you've got a disc, go hook it up. It could save some property, save some lives. It's a simple thing, just have it sitting there, have the key in it ready to go. That's the best way to fight a fire, because there's not enough water that could put out a field fire if it gets into corn that's still in the field. It's just an inferno at that point. The other thing is, know where you're at, know the address of where you're farming, so if you have a problem and you need some help, you can call and say, this is where I'm at, I need a fire truck right now. Get the addresses, put it on a spreadsheet or something. I wasn't really planning on having to do that today, but I'm really scatterbrained because had a lot going on, but glad we had that disc hooked up. We were picking some corn here. We finished beans yesterday, so we just got started, been running a couple hours, and I was waiting on a truck to get back, and our grain cart driver, Dylan, he's on the fire department. He was taking a load to town because we got everything full. He texted me and said, Brett has a field fire, and I knew who he was talking about, and I knew it was right next to our field. I was waiting anyway, so I hurried up, went and got the disc, ran over there. There was another disc there already, and we got it under control. So I can't stress this enough. Be prepared for a field fire. Get a disc hooked up. Get a water wagon somewhere. Know your location, so if you have a fire, you can call the fire department and tell them exactly where you're at. That way they can get there quicker. And the other thing too, you might want to call your insurance agent, because you never know if you have coverage for that type of thing or not. So that's going to do it for this video. We're going to finish picking corn the rest of the day. It's some scary conditions out there, windy, hot, and dry, and you hate to see it. But we got to get the crop out, because if it's in the bin, it's less risk of fire. So thanks for watching, and be safe out there.